Hello,
Hey, everybody.
everybody.
Hey, everybody. Yes, the Kings are here, but let's remind everybody this is the Mike Wagner Show, and I'm Mike Wagner, and thanks for tuning in. And of course, the Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1 800 303 3960. That's 1 800 303 3960. Or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mian Molson Zia. If you love fast paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mian Molson Zia, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing is fast paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Me and Molson Z has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Me and Molson Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, and heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. And take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device, and they're counting, by the way. And subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel where you can see yourselves. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you give generously. Also support us on Anchor FM as well as PayPal and the Mike Wagner Show. And if you're looking for some great gift ideas for any occasion, check out the Mike Wagner Show t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, throw pillows, tote bags, and a lot more. It's great family fun. Just go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, including great books by me and Motion Zia, phone cases, hoodies, and all kinds of goodies, go to Amazon.com and go to the Me and Motion Zia store and check out Amazon.com/me and Motion Zia and make sure you order today. And I think I see a rival here to the Mike Wagner pillow. Hey, John, are you sleepy, by the way? Here, we'll have a pillow fight first of all. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
only sleeping, that's all.
Well, you guys haven't slept since 1980, and of course, we're here live with 2 of the members of the band that had the beat go on, and they're switching to glide. Yes, that's right. And I remember that 1982 number 1. That was the big song of 1980. That's known for the hit and stayed on the charts for 23 weeks. And also, the song got inducted to the Canadian Songwriter Hall of Fame. 4.5 million views on YouTube as we speak. And this group released a documentary in 2017, which is the anatomy of a one-hit wonder, and the live trilogy of the lost tapes of the 70s bar band. And they'll be coming out with a new song called I Know So and working on an album to be released later in the year. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios, somewhere in the Great White North. Yes, they are here. They're switching to glide, and yes, the beat goes on after all these years. Mr. Zero and Dave Diamond, best known as the Kings. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Well, thanks for having us. And we were just talking a minute ago. You were outside of Chicago back in the 80s, was it, you think?
Yes, it was outside Chicago back in the 80s. That was big. It's like, I think I'll probably date myself. It's like, oh gosh, I think I was like a dumb, stupid teenager in 1980. You know, it's like where the girls celebrate their sweet 16s. It's like I didn't have mine wasn't that sweet, but it was still fun though.
Well, Chicago was so great to us on the radio with the WLS and the Loop and all, and WMET, I think, right? It was huge, top 5 there.
Oh my gosh. And I think that too stayed for 23 weeks. Or was it longer than that? Boy, it's like I have to get the dust out of my my system here, go through the microfiche they saved back in the day. It's like, boy, it's like I can't believe it's been that long. My goodness.
But you know, the song is just holding on. It's going on and on and on and on. It's just it's a great thing. You know, Zero and I thank God every single day about that song.
We're not one of those bands that are bitter about whatever it might be, you know. We're happy to play it. People love it, and it makes us very happy doing it.
And you guys seem very happy about it as well too. And you've been doing this for quite some time. And not only you have that song, you also had the Kings Are Here, which stayed in like the top 10, top 40 on albums for quite some time, and people were just buying up like crazy. And
Oh, it is a great album. It's one of those albums where you put it on at a party and you play the whole first side, and then people say, flip it over, and you turn it over, and the whole rest, it's a great thing. Bob Ezrin produced that for us. And it just turned out it's a brilliant piece of work, really. Partyitis. We got partyitis.
And of course, it also got re-released in '99, so the beat was still going on and still switching to glide in '99. And you also had Amazon Beach, RSVP, Unstoppable, and Because of You as well too. And before we talk about your new release, tell us how you first got started as the Kings.
Well, I was living in Vancouver, and I met a guy named Sonny Keys, who turned out to be our keyboard player, and we were starting to write songs. And I said I knew a couple guys back that I went to high school with here in the east, just in the suburbs of Toronto, a little town called Oakville, 20 miles west of Toronto, and that Dave and our drummer Max. So I said, why don't we go back and see if we can hook up with these guys? And that's kind of how it started. And then Dave and we all started writing together, and that's what led to switching to Glide. And we were in the basement rehearsing and playing bar gigs and writing songs for 3 or 4 years before we ever got a break. But once we did, we were ready to do it because we'd already played hundreds and hundreds of gigs in bars, and how you do it, which is too bad with bands these days. Those gigs don't really exist anymore, because there was a whole scene of clubs and cover bands and bar bands that and you can actually make a living doing it. But these days, I'm pretty sure it's the same in the U.S. is that the club scene has changed, and kids just don't go out like we used to all go out.
Yeah.
It's kind of a sad thing, but that's how we came up. And then one day we were in the studio. We'd always been recording demos, and we were trying to work on an album. And then we scraped up some money to go work at nights in the best studio in Toronto. And that's when Bob Ezrin came in and heard what we were doing and said, you guys are pretty good, so maybe I could help you out. And so that's what happened.
Yeah, it was just an indie thing. We just scraped every last penny we had. We were putting it together and recorded at Nimbus 9 Studios, where Bob worked. He did the Guess Who and Alice Cooper. Oh, I did many albums there out of that studio, and it sounded great. And he just happened to be there when we just happened to be there. It was so, hooray! Something good happened.
Oh my gosh, it's almost like right place at the right time, and I'm sure there might have been another brick in the wall. And here you guys, switching to Glide and everything else. And also, let's talk about the genesis of it. It's like tell us how you came up with the idea and what you base your lyrics on, and just combining the two together. It's almost like unheard of these days. Just amazing.
Well, it was amazing to get the airplay we had. The record company put out Switching to Glide on its own, and it didn't really do much. And we were trying to pressure them into putting out the whole segue at 5.5 minutes in length. And so we had some allies at the promotion part of the Elektra Records, and they were pressuring the higher ups to put it out as well. But the genesis of it was, 2 different songs that didn't seem complete without the other. And so we kind of threw them together with a synthesizer effect between the two that Sonny came up with. And then when Bob heard them, Bob Ezrin heard the songs, he said there was something wrong with the first part. So Dave went and changed all the music, and then we rewrote the lyrics.
Just changed a few chords around in the before the chorus. A few chords made all the difference in the world. And we just all went, yeah, okay, that's it. You just knew something was going to happen here.
Yeah, it was and we've talked to our friend Bob Stroud in Chicago, who's at WDRV now. He was at WMET back in the day, and he said, the first time I heard it, I knew it was a hit. So it just really catches your ear, and the hooks just keep on coming.
Yeah, that's right.
And I remember that too. I was doing a little bit of Chicago radio in college, and it's like people were knocking the door. Hey, play the Kings, play the Kings. It was like 1982, and it's like it was still in demand, believe it or not. Though it fell out of the top 40. It's like, in 1980, stayed there for 23 weeks. It's like it felt like it was still top 40, like forever and ever and ever. Amen on that one.
We're pretty fortunate to have something so memorable and so iconic, and we called our documentary about our band and the creation of that song Anatomy of a One-Hit Wonder, because people refer to us as that, but anybody in the business knows how hard it is to have even one hit, let alone any more than one. And so a lot of things have to go right to be able to break through like that, and a million bands that never do it. So we're pretty lucky to have done it.
And as you know, there's a lot of great music. There's a lot of great music around and still happening, and from before. And for us to have our little slot there in there, it's pretty honoring. It's pretty humbling. I guess.
Well,
However you want to say,
and also
feel great about it.
And also to play on American Bandstand with Dick Clark, which was how many Canadian bands have done that? I think Loverboy and Honeymoon Suite maybe did it, but that might be about it. Yeah, I think the Guess Who might have done it, but
Well, probably have to go back. I've watched Dick Clark on a regular basis, and it might have had a few Canadian bands. And I think you guys were on there too. I watched so many, it's just like it's kind of like a blur in a way. But also too, with the Anatomy of a One-Hit Wonder, it almost seems like you took like the one-hit wonder instead of like it's a downer, could have more hits. It's like you guys actually relished it and kind of just everybody just followed suit. And hey, I had one hit, I still made money. I'm still popular. I don't need 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 hits or million gold records. One hit is fine.
Well, it'd be nice to have more.
It would be. And the thing is that excuse me, that song switch, this beat Switch to the Glide, everything, everything lined up perfectly for us at that time. We have a lot of really other great songs, and some have been successful here in Canada, and we've written TV commercials and all kinds of stuff. So we know what we're doing. It's just that one song. It's just gonna be around forever. You know what I mean? And that's it. It's all
as long as there's rock radio.
That's right. People like you, we appreciate you.
That's right. And I wish I could play it as well too, but I don't know if the system will let me. But then we'll also talk about some of your other music as well too, and some of the documentaries, and we'll also talk about your latest song as well too. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, and heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today for great gift ideas, including t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, throw pillars, and more for your loved ones, your pets, children, or even on the road. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, including hoodies, along with some long sleeve shirts, tank tops, phone cases, and more, check out the Mia Molson Zia store on Amazon. Also for great books like Missing, Once, and more, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson Zia and order today. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. Make sure you give generously. Also support us on Anchor FM/support and PayPal. Make sure you do it today. We're here with Mr. Zero and Dave Diamond of the Kings here on the Mike Wagner Show. And we also noticed that you also have a special guest that just happened to walk in. And I don't know if your special guest is around, but maybe he could also join in on the fun, and maybe he can get on your record. What do you think?
That's Abby the dog, and she wanted to come into the back door here. So.
Oh, okay. I mean the backstage, huh?
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, she's all curled up, going to sleep right now.
Oh, that's okay. Well, at least she made an appearance, which is good and probably seen by so many people what the dogs are like. I mean, I would have my dog down there, but then it's like it would just wreck everything: the microphone, the camera, computers, everything else, and I probably get destroyed. And she see a dog probably try to go right through the screen. So you know that type too. So and of course too that you know, we also talked about the big hit everybody knows about, Switch and Glide and Beat Goes On. You also had some other releases out there too, like Amazon Beach, RSVP, and Unstoppable, and Because of You. And tell us about some of your other releases, especially after the Kings are here.
Well, RSVP was when we came back. We got a Canadian record deal with Capitol Canada, which is was a major here, and you know, that had our Christmas song on it called This Christmas, which gets airplay every year up here, and people you know, love it. It's kind of a mellow Christmassy type thing with a great message about, you know, peace and getting along and everything. And so that was the highlight of that album. And then Unstoppable was since then we've kind of been independent and making our own records. Which is one reason, I guess, that it takes so long to do it, including the one we're working on now, you know, because, you know, you try to scrimp and save and get the money to record, even though, you know, it's you don't have to pay $200 or $150 an hour like you used to back in the old days, you know, like you can do it at home. A lot of bands do that, or we've been working in a basement studio lately, you know, and it's a lot more affordable. And then if you can save your money doing that, then you can get somebody good to mix it, which is what we did with Circle of Friends and Man That I Am, which is a single we put out a couple of years ago. We got, once again, Bob Ezrin to mix it, you know, because we were able to save money recording. We could afford to have him do the mixing for us.
And we played it for him. It was just, you know, we didn't know if we should give him a call or not. You know, it was one of those things. I mean, we know him and we know, but, you know, always saying, hey, you want to have a listen to this, Bob? And he's going to be going, oh, yeah, all right, here we go. But anyway, he had to listen to it, and it's good. And he came back right away within a half an hour after we sent the file to have him listen to, saying, let's do something. This is great. It sounds like the old days. And, you know, it's a happy, fun stuff, right?
Yeah. So,
and Bob was right into it. And we went to his studio in Nashville and did a mix. And it turned out great.
And we've had, you know, subsequent other people over the past few years do mixes for us. And he does the best one. It's like, you know, this world famous producer does the best work. Big surprise, right?
and he uses all the old gear from the old analog stuff where you got to turn lots of, you don't just push buttons, you're actually turning knobs, and he has his little bit of equipment from that he's had for, I don't know, 50 years.
Wow.
He hooks it up and he just sprinkles a little bit of fairy dust on there, and away it goes.
He knows what he's doing. That's for sure.
And of course, you know, some of us still use analog, and now it's like you try to present to today's people. They're like, what? How does this work? And of course, you know, nowadays you see people do it. You know, they record music on their smartphones and tablets and laptops and everything. And some are even do it on their watches as well too, like in their Fitbits and everything else. So now I call him, like, you know, Dick Tracy. And I mean, I'm thinking about it. Dick Tracy had everything on his wrist. It's like we're doing it nowadays. It's so futuristic. I mean, I guess the question is it just as good as the old style recording? But it appears to be. The answer is yes.
Well, it can be if you take the time to do it properly. Yeah, you know, the technology's there, and especially now with the cameras for shooting video that are in the phones. I mean, they're 4K. It's just, and totally adjustable for cinematic type quality. And so, you know, you've seen some of the commercials they shoot on the phone these days, or even TV stuff. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too, when you're actually mixing songs now in the studio, you got to try to make it sound good on one of these too, instead of it just being, you know, because a lot of people just have their phone on and do whatever just on their phone, right? Even without any earbuds or buds or headset. So it's got to sound good any which way, and every way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And look good on the phone too. You know? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I've seen that happen too, where it's just like, you know, they're having a Starbucks and, you know, they're just trying to make themselves look good, or they're talking their head stats and mixing and everything. It's almost like the new thing these days. And I guess you wonder how would Bob Ezrin do, you know, with a phone and whatever else. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
He would probably do a good job, but I don't think that he needs to, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the other thing, the new thing, our new song, I Know So. It's great.
Mhm.
We're really happy the way that turned out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was funny. I was just going to talk about that, and also you also released a documentary back in 2017 called "The Kings," and Anatomy of a One-Hit Wonder. I think we covered that. If you want to talk more about that, that's fine. There's also a Live trilogy of the lost tapes of a 70s bar band, and the Kings movie, The Kings live at Heatwave, and DVD no cover. So you still have all the Kings media that's still out there, and people are you know, still wanting that.
Well, we're happy to be able to, you know, provide like the DVD, the Anatomy of a One-Hit Wonder came out on DVD, I should say, a few years ago, but you know, we couldn't give them away. You know, it was like nobody cared. And then 3 or like 17, like you said, we put it on YouTube, and it, you know, last week it passed 50,000 plays. You know what I mean? So it's very gratifying for us to see that many people have tuned in. And of course, you can read, you know, we get a big kick out of reading the comments that people have to say about our music, both, you know, on YouTube and Facebook and the different platforms. But you know, and we try to interact with everybody that does comment, just to keep that you know, connection with them, with our fans, because it's important, I think, these days to do that. But you know, once in a while you read a negative thing, right, and you go, delete. You know,
I confess, I do the same thing. If I see a negative comment, delete.
Yeah. Like, right. We don't need your negativity here.
Oh, exactly. You know, I tell people, you don't like my show? Yeah, just don't listen to it. Don't like comment or try to slander. It's like, you know, just like I interviewed somebody and they said that not everybody likes Michael Jackson or Elvis Presley or Prince. It's like, you know, everybody says, you know, everybody likes Michael. There's people out there that don't. You know, it's just like, you know, you can entertain everybody, but you can't please everyone. So
yeah,
that's a whole thing. And social media is also blowing up to a great extent.
Well, yeah, it certainly gives a lot of platform to the haters out there. You know, they think that they have anybody cares about their stupid opinion, but that's the great thing about the delete button, which is what you're saying. You just push that and bye, you're gone. You know, it's great.
Exactly. Or you can just block people too. So it's like,
that's right.
You just got to enjoy the new technology. And of course, you also got that, you talked about the Circle of Friends and the Man at the I Am. You're also working on an album and to be released later in 21. And maybe just give us a sneak peek about that one.
Well, we're hoping to do that. You know, we've been kind of stymied by the COVID thing, because the studio we go to, you know, he doesn't want people in there. And like, we've done a couple things where, you know, Dave, when he comes in, he'll go into the vocal booth room and then he's not allowed into the studio room.
Oh my gosh.
So he's got to sing and then go home. And I'll be in the other room trying to work with our engineer. And it's very frustrating, you know, to try to do it like that. And so we're hoping that, you know, sometime soon, when everybody gets vaccinated, that we can, you know, go into a normal studio type setting and do the work together like we've always done for all these years, you know. It takes a team, to a different set of ears to hear, you know, nobody in our little group can do it all themselves. And that's kind of the great thing about it.
Yeah, no, for sure. We've, you know, and we've been chipping away at some of the older songs that we had written that we had, on the shelf, not quite finished. We've been able to work on that this past year or so since the COVID thing. Adding new parts and rearranging some songs, and they're turning out great. So we're gonna have a really, really, I think, a fantastic album ready. Like, I don't know if we're gonna release it as a full album or what we're gonna do exactly. Like, we might just put out singles like we did with I Know So. And we haven't really, we don't. Nobody really knows what to do at this particular point.
Well, it'll be. I know so. It's going to be, part of this whole. I think it should be an album because, we sort of make lists of how many songs we've got. Like there's one of those lists. But,
wait, that was a grocery list, wasn't it? And
more gin.
I see in there. I see steak. I see beer, and it looks like toilet paper and potato chips.
Yeah,
I think you pulled out the wrong list, guys. But thanks anyway, though.
It'll be our little secret, but like Dave said, we've had these demos lying around of these songs we worked really hard on, and we never had enough, time and money to record them properly, but the ideas are there. So that's what we've been doing, is revisiting some of those song ideas and re-recording them and updating them, because some of the sounds are terrible and dated and everything else, but when you just play the song on an acoustic guitar, the song itself is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
we have that, and we've been working on brand new stuff as well.
Yeah.
So it's been actually, for nothing going on, we've been keeping pretty busy.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys been really keeping busy as well too, and which is just amazing. And let's see, I think he's trying to get his friend here or something. As I know he curled up. Okay. I thought you were getting the
light.
What's that?
I'm trying to get more light over here.
Oh wait, here. Let me try something here. See if I can get you some light here. So I'm going to go ahead. It's like, okay, turn on light. It's like back in the day. It's like you didn't have these devices. So let's try to get some light here. So here we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm just playing with this here. So here we go. And here's some light. There you go.
That does make a difference.
Let there be light. Boy, remember those days with the shadow puppets? Oh my God.
I don't worry, but we're not on. You're not going to be looking at us, right? You're just listening to us. Is that right?
Well, something too. That's the best part. That the song "I Know So" is going to be on the audio version of the Mike Wagner Show, and this will be on video as well too. So you won't get to hear the video version, but then the audio version you get to hear as well too. And we'll talk more about that in just 1 minute. We're going to take a quick time out. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SoundWeb Studios. Visit online at SoundWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mia Molson-Zia of Missing. It's available on paperback and ebook on Amazon. And we'll be back with Mr. Zero and Dave Diamond of the Kings after this time out. We're back with Mr. Zero and Dave Diamond of the Kings here on the Mike Wagner Show, best known for their big hit in 1980. The Beat Goes On and Switching to Glide. And we're going to be switching over to the brand new song that we've been talking about. And it's also going to be hot as well, too. It's called I Know So by the Kings of the Mike Wagner Show. And, okay. And tell us more about the song I Know So and what inspired you to write it.
Well, it's a song that we've had for a little while, and the saxophone, all the horn parts are performed and written by a good friend of ours that passed away, and Earl Seymour is his name. And if in the video, you'll see he's featured at one spot in the song, and he was the self-proclaimed love god. He was the most beautiful man you ever saw. You'd love to go to parties with him because you always left with a girl on your arm.
You sure he's not the love guru that Mike Myers did?
Oh, yeah, no, he pretty much was.
He did better than that, I think. But he was a wonderful guy, and we didn't have that many songs that needed saxophone or that kind of horn and stuff in it, but this one song, I Know So, this up-tempo kind of dancey type thing, it just seemed to be a natural for it.
Yeah.
So we played it for him, and he said, I think I got some ideas. And, he went and worked really hard on the chart, and he's playing a whole section of him playing, you know, different parts, so it sounds like a horn line.
Yeah, he's doing overdubs, but it's all him. It's all the one, you know, he wrote all the parts and performed it. It's just unbelievable. It sounds great.
So we're very pleased with the way that worked out. And then we made this little video for it where the idea, it's kind of a dance mashup thing where you can see different old movie scenes of people dancing from the 20s through the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and the 60s actually. And you know, and then we tried to sync up the horns with some old big band footage, so it looks like you know, Benny Goodman is playing some of the horns and Gene Krupa is playing the drums, and it's a very creative video that people are responding really well to, because you know, in this time of COVID, it's everything's kind of a Debbie Downer, but yet this song is very upbeat and very fun, and you can find it on YouTube. It's called I Know So, and we have our own YouTube channel, The Kings Are Here, which is the same as our website, The Kings Are Here, and our Facebook page is The Kings Are Here. And because that was the name of our first album, so we thought, well, I mean, The Kings is obviously long gone, but we thought The Kings Are Here is just as good for us, so that's what we've been using as our moniker.
Mm-hmm. And that's fantastic as well too. And looks like you got some extra light right there. There's a new idea for your next video and next song. I like that.
It's coming from my new underwear I bought. Flashing lights. Let me change it. Hold on a second.
We can all do that.
So that's what you've been between.
I was waiting for this order from through the Suez Canal, and I finally got my flashing underwear.
Can light you up too. There he is.
Oh my gosh! I think we'll have to have a little war on this one. So.
You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
modern age.
Hit it again. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. Now, too bad we couldn't do it on May 4th. It'd be the 4th be with you. So,
that's right.
There's a brand new.
You gotta have fun, right? If you can't have fun, what is there?
Exactly. And of course, you know, during the pandemic, between recordings and all that, you guys got to have fun. It's just amazing. And where can we find all your music at, by the way, guys? Especially I Know So.
Well, I Know So. It's on Spotify, and it's on iTunes and everywhere else under The Kings, and The Kings Are Here is our YouTube channel, and we have a lot of really fun videos on there, live stuff. Our documentary is on there, and we have our, look at this, everybody's merching out with Mike.
And that's right. And I love your pillow too. You guys have a king's pillow. It's like
we do.
A queen size pillow.
We put them to bed. Put the kings to bed.
Yeah, put the kings.
The kings are here. The kings are here everywhere. Everything is The Kings Are Here, or just Google Switch in the Glide.
Yes, that's right. And then even he acknowledges the kings are here. That's right. So just one little whacker. It's like, okay, get the bed now. Come on.
We got John and George here now.
Oh yeah,
where's the king can, dude? There's the kings right there.
Oh, where's Paul and Ringo? Are they having Lux and Bagos?
Oh yes, that's right. They didn't make it today.
That's okay. I think they're all practicing or some little helter skelter. Okay, we're here with Mrs. Zero and Dave Diamond of the Kings on the Mike Wagner Show. Guys, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely terrific. And just a few more things. What else can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond, guys?
Well, we'd like to play some gigs. That's what we'd like to do.
We'd love to come to your town or anywhere around your area and play some, get some partyitis going. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good. You're welcome anytime, and I'll be glad to give you directions. So I have to text on the phone or something. It's like, we'll give you some directions.
We will get together and maybe we'll come and do your show some more when we get closer by.
Oh, definitely. Yes. And of course, the iconic studio here. So as you could tell, there's nothing else going on here. So
I don't look at all your invisible gold records you got hanging on there. Look at them all.
Yeah. They're like, they're the type that you can only put on lemon juice and it'll show you what gold records they have. Yeah.
No expense was spared. I'll tell you that.
And it's not fool's gold. That's for sure.
Well, actually, we're just getting a new gold record soon.
More news.
They've just approved the Kings Are Here album for platinum status in Canada, and the single Switching the Glide, This Beat Goes On, for a gold status. So we're getting those awards sometime soon. So that's going to go very nicely with our Songwriters Hall of Fame thing on our, and we have, Dave's got his basement over here with all the awards down on the wall. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, and the thing is, it's taken like 40 years, but you know, we're still honored. It's a great thing to be in the, you know, to think that something that we, you know, me and Zero put together, it'll be around forever, and it's great. You know, we're just so happy about it.
And I can hear some construction going on, and 40-year construction downstairs, and they're still expanding. No, make this bigger, make this bigger. We tell those guys to quiet down. We're still doing an interview. So. Otherwise, I'll have to go tell them. So
you do it. Yeah, it's your house.
Well, come on up sometime.
Yeah, certainly we'll do so. And just a couple of things. Who do you consider biggest influences in your careers?
Well, with me, I guess Paul McCartney made me start playing bass guitar. I just thought, you know, I was just a little kid, and I just remember seeing him singing and playing and going, wow, there's something there. And I started doing that. Except I'm not left-handed. So I had to turn down a few Paul McCartney gigs like Beatlemania because I wouldn't go up and play a right-handed Paul McCartney. So I became a king.
Oh, the king over Paul McCartney. I see.
And Zero?
Well, same thing. We all grew up in the, you know, later 60s and that with the Beatles, and of course then, you know, as things progressed, you get into Jimmy Page and Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and the Stones and all that classic rock stuff, you know, that we still love it. And I think that it's I hope kids these days discover it, because it's got, you know, more substance, I think, than some of the stuff that they're listening to now. And even, you know, compared to, you know, modern country music, you know, we'd rather listen to the older country music, to tell you the truth.
Gotta bring out the Willie Nelson on 420. Gotta say that. 420, Willie Nelson, that is a must.
No, Willie is great, and but you know, God bless him, he just turned 85 or something. So you know,
but you know, that music, a good melody is a good melody, no matter what kind of music it is. A good melody is what's important. And good melody, good lyrics, something that means something, it'll last forever. That's what I say. That's what I try to do.
That's certainly
That's
true.
what we try to do.
That's right. Yeah. and what's the best advice you guys can give to anybody at this point?
Well, I would say that, you know, we knew that we were okay players, but we were never going to be the greatest players. But songwriting is, first of all, where the money is. And secondly, it's where the money is. So, you know,
and the gratification of doing it, you know,
and that's how you're going to be remembered. If you can come up with a song and then another song and then another song, you know, we've gone through, you know, 80 or 90 songs now. So, yeah, you know, it gets tough to do it, to keep trying to be creative and coming up with new stuff. But that is the key, is writing. And I know, you know, and we all know different players that are really getting hurt with the COVID right now because they're players and they rely entirely on playing live to make their living. Whereas, you know, we love gigging and all that, and we want to get back to it, but we don't necessarily have to rely on that as our day-to-day daily bread, you know, and we know, you know, lots of great musicians that are out of work, and that's a real shame, which is terrible.
And of course, it makes you wonder too. It's like, you know, how much longer are you gonna be able to play in your basement, living room, or in the kitchen, outside, or on the roof like the Beatles did, or even your cat's litter box being creative? It's like, how long you be doing that? I guess that's a big question. You're right. So
no, you want to get out and play again, and they got to open up. Well, they got to get everybody vaccinated, and then, you know, get on to this back to some kind of normal. We hope, God. 2 years or more now,
Right. Yeah, exactly. And of course, we'll stay up to date as well, too. And once again, we're with Mr. Zero and Dave Diamond of the Kings on the Mike Wagner Show. Guys, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And yes, the Kings are here. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your music?
Yeah, just find us on The Kings Are Here and all your various platforms, and you can reach us. There's always a connection. We read every comment, and we're always working on something. And I know so is the latest one that just came out a month or so ago, and we're still working on that, trying to get it out more. And it's gotten a great response so far. It's upbeat. It's not a downer, and it's a happy and fun thing, which is what people need right now.
Yeah,
and
man.
Thanks for having us on, Mike. We really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, guys. Looking forward to having you again soon with the Kings. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. And make sure you come to Bismarck, North Dakota, and let's switch the glide while the beat goes on. You guys have been fantastic.
Thanks, Mike. See you soon. Thank
everyone.
you.
Take care, everyone. Bye.